I remember. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for coming. Lieutenant Governor and I are happy to be here with Mayor Booker, with the county executive, and with members of the legislative team who helped to make this possible, and with Jim Weinstein, who runs New Jersey Transit for this administration. I'm happy to have signed the bill I just signed. It does a few things that I want to talk about specifically, including making changes to the Urban Transit Hub tax credit program to make it more effective, including an increase in the credit available to residential projects from 20 to 35% over 10 years, moving decisions about affordable housing requirements in those projects to the municipality, and allowing mixed-use projects to utilize commercial and residential aspects of the program. These changes are going to have a direct impact right here in Newark on the Teachers Village and the One Theater Square projects, further contributing to the ongoing revitalization that's going on right here in Newark. These incentives are a critical piece of a broader effort to drive New Jersey's economic recovery by making investments in our urban centers a priority. I talked about this, and the Lieutenant Governor talked about this repeatedly in the campaign. Our goal is to revitalize New Jersey's cities and to do it through private economic development that is incentivized and encouraged by common sense incentives from government and reductions of tax rates and regulation from government as well, in order to attract current business to expand and new business to come to our urban centers, where we already have infrastructure like you see behind us existing that can be used by those folks who are coming to our cities in order to work. And the success of what we're trying to do is already evident. The last month's job numbers show that over the last 12 months, we have created 29,300 new jobs in the private sector here in New Jersey. That is the best 12-month period from June to June since 2005, in 6 years. It shows that New Jersey's private sector economy is coming back, and it's coming back because of two main reasons. One, because we are creating both an atmosphere, an environment, and, candidly, a reputation around the country that New Jersey is open for business again, and that government is no longer being hostile to business, but being welcoming to business. And the person who is most responsible for that is Lieutenant Governor. Every day, her job when she wakes up, her main focus is to take that message to the business community around New Jersey, and along with Karen Franzinni at the EDA and all the folks that Choose New Jersey, they are making that happen along with our private sector partners. And so the Lieutenant Governor deserves a great deal of credit for those job numbers. The second reason is because in New Jersey we're showing that, unlike Washington, D.C., the two parties can get along. You see, I'm joined here today by three prominent Democratic legislators who are the driving forces behind this bill in the legislature. They work cooperatively with our administration so that we could both reach the goals that we wanted to reach. And most of the economic incentives that we've been able to create in this administration have been the product of bipartisan cooperation between those folks in both the state Senate and the state Assembly who understand that private sector jobs are what the folks here in New Jersey want and need, and they do not want us over these issues fighting and bickering over the little things. They want us to accomplish big things for them. And as I said, unlike what you see in Washington, D.C. right now, with both parties not being able to get together with each other, in New Jersey, leaders and members of both parties have come together to do what we need to do to create a better economic environment for the citizens of our state. They deserve nothing less, but I want to commend Senator Ruiz, Senator Lesniak, and Assemblyman Coutinho for their willingness to act in a bipartisan way. It's an example for everyone else in the state as well, and we appreciate it very much. There'll be other projects that may qualify under these amended programs, from Newark to Camden, New Brunswick, Trenton, Atlantic City, all across the state. The Haddon Avenue Transit Village in Camden, the Transit Village Associates Gateway Project in New Brunswick, the RBH-TRB Newark Holdings Project, that Teacher Village project right here in Newark, and the American Dream in the Meadowlands. all will benefit from the legislation that we just signed if they qualify through the requirements set out by the statute and through the operation of the EDA. Under the Urban Transit Hub tax credit itself, 10 projects are expected to lead the creation of an estimated 4,460 construction jobs and over 1,700 new permanent jobs. Over $962 million in private investment has already been approved for a total of more than $394 million in assistance through the $1.5 billion Urban Transit Hub tax credit program. And so I want to thank everyone who's been involved in putting this together. And it can't be done also without cooperative local partners in our cities. Our mayors have key decisions to make. Do they want to be a part of yesterday's economic scene, which is dependent too much on government jobs and government payrolls? Or do they want to be a part of the renaissance, the comeback that is happening in New Jersey being led by the private sector? In Newark, I know that I have a partner who is ready and willing and able to lead on the private sector front. And he is working hard along with his team to try to bring more and more private sector opportunity right here to the city of Newark, the city he leads. And so I want to introduce for some remarks my friend, the mayor of Newark, Cory Booker, and then we'll return for questions. Mayor Booker.
This is a tremendous day for our city. Newark is experiencing such exciting, dynamic change, but everybody who is involved know that change doesn't just happen. It's not automatic. It must be done through force of will, through sensible partnerships, and through solid ideas. Today, what the governor has done with a stroke of a pen is widen the doors even more so to an inflow of smart growth, towards an inflow of economic opportunity, for an inflow of bold development. We stand right now in an area that for a long time was talked about in strokes of daring dreams, but now we've turned them into definite destiny. Look around you right now, and in this audience here are so many people that, thanks to this legislation, thanks to the partnership of a governor with a vision, of a lieutenant governor with determination to make that vision strong, and legislative partners who have been championing every step of the way, just in this area right here, we are building on Newark's strong infrastructure and creating a profound hope. Here we are at a node of a transit hub, one of the busiest train stations in the state of New Jersey, and now we are doing what I believe is going to be historic transformations. This year alone, we have 25 projects breaking ground in 2011, representing almost $700 million worth of development, 2,500 construction jobs, 2,500 permanent jobs right here. And thanks to this legislation, that is even going to accelerate. Look around you. From our partner Keith Kennard that's here, right here, transforming what was one of the most blighted, difficult, dangerous housing projects into an oasis of hope for mixed income development, for retail that's going to have a transformation in this area. Look around you. Our partners like Rutgers University and Mark Burson and the developments that they're already doing are now going to be accelerated. Look around you, right down the street here on Halsey Street, thanks to the leadership at the state level, the leadership in the legislature, accelerating Teachers Village, creating hundreds of units of housing. Look around you. NJPAC, part of this district. Now a project like the Dranoff project that both the governor and I have talked about publicly all time and time again becomes all the more possible. Look around you. We have partners like Miles Berger, who's here, who's had a pad right by this train station, perhaps one of the most logical places to build, right across the street where the Lincoln Motel used to stand, is now a project that can even more so happen with this legislation. Look around. In every area of this train station, we are now seeing signs of hope and signs of promise. So today I just feel a sense of gratitude. This shows that government can work. This shows that our governor is making strides to make tangible impacts here in the city of Newark, helping us to banish poverty, not by simply another program, but by helping to create jobs. This shows that champions in the legislature, who I cannot praise enough, people like Senator Lesniak, people like Senator Ruiz, my dear friend and perhaps one of my best texting buddies, Albert Coutinho, that these heroes are actually making real things happen. The governor said it already. The way that we are going to secure Newark's future is by growing our economy. The way that we are going to fight crime is by creating more job opportunity. The way that we are going to transform the urban spaces in New Jersey is by making sure that our urban hubs become the engines of economic strength for this state. Today, in a stroke of a pen, our governor, through the work of our lieutenant governor, through the work of our legislature, it's gotten done. Before I step back, and I want to just give one thanks to my team. It's true that the governor said that we have a partnership of which I value greatly. The governor has been partnering with us this summer by helping us get more state police involvement for public safety. The governor has been partnering us with education, and already for the coming school year, we're seeing everything from expanded school days to the end of laws that don't make sense, like Dance of the Lemons, and creating something called mutual consent that's going to give more power to our principals. But indeed, it's the governor's office who's been partnering on a daily basis with my Office of Economic Development that's helping to get it done. And I want to thank right now my Deputy Mayor of Economic Development, Stephen Pryor, for his tremendous work, persistent vision in getting this done. Today is a beginning, but I am confident that 3 years from now, 4 years from now, we'll be standing on this site and we'll be able to see the great transformation that this day made possible. Thank you.